Real quick, before we get into the video, some of you might recognize my content from earlier. Unfortunately, because of some personal reasons, I had to stop uploading, and eventually I even ended up deleting this channel. Some of you probably even thought I died because of the way I ride. But good news, obviously I didn't. I didn't even crash. What I wanted to say though, I've ordered a new bike and it's crazier than the CBR650R. It's coming at the end of July, so mark that in your calendar and stay tuned to see what it is. I also got a whole new setup, including a brand new camera and 2 mics, so the quality is going to be a whole new level as well. And lastly, when I stopped uploading, I had a little over 1,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate the support again. Go freaking subscribe right now, because when I get the new bike, it's going to be freaking crazy.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be talking about the top things that I don't really like about my CBR. And by the way, I've already recorded this exact video, but unfortunately half of the audio is not possible to use because the GoPro messed up and it did not recognize the mic. So unfortunately I have to re-record everything. But it is what it is. Let's get right into the video, guys. We are going to have just a little bit of fun on the highway, and we're gonna get off super quickly. And we're getting off the highway already, guys. So the first thing that I don't really like about the CBR are the side fairings right here. Now, they don't look terrible, they don't look bad at all, but since it's a sport bike or even a super sport under the Honda category, I feel like the side fairing should kind of go all the way and cover the whole engine, or at least more of the engine than what it's covering, because you can still kind of see the whole engine. So it's not a big deal at all. It's just that the fairings are a bit smaller, and with a real sport bike or a super sport, the fairing should kind of be on the whole side, covering even the engine. It doesn't completely ruin the looks. It's just that maybe if they would make a bigger side fairing and kind of just cover the engine completely, maybe the bike would just look a bit better. And even if you don't like the looks of it, you can still get extended fairings on eBay for around like $40–50. If you guys do get extended fairings, just know that most crash protectors do not fit with them. So either you're gonna have to be without crash protectors, or you're gonna have to find ones that are drilled exactly for the holes of the extended fairing. And unfortunately I got my crash protectors sooner than I got the extended fairings, and now that I have these, I figured out that I can't get extended fairings for my bike. So right now I only have 2 options: either take the crash protectors out and get different ones, or just don't buy the eBay extended fairings. And I'm just not going to buy the extended fairings. I know it would probably clean up the look of the bike more, and I feel like even the wrap that I want to get would probably look better on it. But I really like these crash protectors, and I don't really want to just go and search for new ones. Same as with the top 5 things that I liked about it, these kind of things are not in any order. They're kind of just what popped up to my mind first. So let's get on to number 2. So the second thing that I don't really like about it is that I don't have the ability to turn ABS on and off however I want. I can only turn the traction control off. And again, it's not the biggest deal. If you don't want ABS, you can just take out the fuse and you're done. Super easy. Many of you guys know I used to have a Duke 390. that was obviously completely different from the CBR. And unlike the CBR, you couldn't turn off traction control on the Duke 390, but you could have turned off ABS. So I just wish I could turn off both here. Basically, when you guys want to do some skids and stuff like that, you need to turn off your ABS, not just your traction control. So the first time that I turned off the traction control on my CBR, I just wanted to do a nice little skid with the rear tire, and it wouldn't do shit. And I was super freaking surprised, because I thought either the traction control would be kind of just disabling ABS as well, but it's not that big of a deal, because I'm not a freaking stunt bike rider, so I don't need to turn off ABS most of the time. Literally only when I do skids and stupid shit, and either I'm gonna find like a designated day for that and just pull out the fuse, or, you know, I'm just not gonna do it. The third thing that I don't really like about this bike, and thank God that I replaced it, are obviously the shitty stock tires that you get with it. I mean, I get why they come with shittier tires, because most manufacturers do the same thing. They basically just put worse tires on your bike just to kind of keep the cost of the whole bike as low as possible, so it's as competitive, which obviously is great for them, great for when they're selling their bikes. But when you have a new rider that doesn't know much about bikes, doesn't know that the tires that come with it are not so good, then, you know, you can get some pretty big issues, which are not good. I've already talked about this a million times. Freaking change your tires almost like right away, as soon as you can. You cannot go wrong with some good tires for the CBR. It'll only feel better, and it'll give you more confidence. So definitely invest in good tires, and don't keep the stock ones for too long. Alright, I think we can do a little bit of a wheelie, boys, because I've promised many wheelies. I wanted to frickin' shift the second gear, and I accidentally only shifted to neutral. It happens. And these guys there, I thought they would like it. They were freaking older guys, but yeah, they didn't really like it, so I'm sorry, guys. Number 4 is also a thing that I didn't like on my bike, and it's already replaced, and that's this windscreen right here. I did not really like the OEM windscreen that they give you. I feel like for a sport bike, the windscreen was just a little bit too low. It basically didn't go up at all, so it's like connected between these two like plastic pieces, so it's just like so. Having a darker windscreen with a black bike kind of just looks better in my opinion. You're kind of blacking it out more, which most of the time looks pretty freaking good. And I did not expect this guy to brake. That was not a great situation, because the red car was letting me pass, so I had to speed up, but the white car wanted to make that turn, so I had to brake pretty freaking hard, but we're all good. Oh, I know what pisses me off. So, number 5, guys, the ability to wheelie this bike. And I'm just gonna talk about it after I freaking kind of sort of failed that wheelie. Basically, this bike is pretty easy to wheelie actually, or decently easy to get the wheel up. But with that being said, the weight of the engine and the whole weight of the bike is focused more on the front. Obviously, when you're doing a wheelie, you need a lot of control, and a bike like an MT-07, MT-09, R7, and a Kawasaki 636, bikes like that are obviously great stunt bikes, and I haven't really heard of anyone getting a CBR650R as a stunt bike. I feel like that would be pretty stupid. So obviously I didn't buy it as a stunt bike, but it would still be nice for the bike to be able to wheelie a little bit easier. You could definitely get different sprockets, front and rear, and the bike will be able to wheelie easier, but I also don't want to lose top speed, so that's not something that I'm probably going to go for. If I'll ever want to get into stunting, I'll be buying a bike designed for that, because like I said, there are so many better options, and it'll just be a second bike next to this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notifications, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace!